How you doing? I'm Jeff with Jeff's Lawn Landscaping. Want to get on here and talk just a little bit. I wasn't going to make a video today, but a lot of times I'll get to thinking about something I want to talk about, and I end up making one. So we just got back from going to a restaurant to eat, and had a good meal, and ended up going in there, and they had a place where I could put some business cards. So I always try to put them wherever I can. So I try to get in the habit of doing that. Anywhere I see a pegboard, I can put my cards, or sometimes like this one here, they just had a little ledge, and they had a little card holders, I guess, there where you could stick your cards. So I ended up putting some there. It's kind of funny when I got in the habit of doing that, and so now if I go in anywhere and there's one, it's kind of hard for me to pass it up. Even if I feel like I have enough work, I still it's kind of like a habit of doing it, and it's kind of hard not to. Uh, but a lot of times I don't worry too much about getting too much work. I mean, at first I was, but anymore I pass the cards out, and if I get to where I have too much work, I just tell them I'm booked up. Or a lot of times, uh, the way I've been getting jobs is signs, or my signs in the yard, um, or me putting the cards out in restaurants, stuff like that. So um, a lot of times the jobs that I get is close to home. So I've really cut my driving time down to where I feel like I can take on more jobs by doing that. Before I had a lot of jobs, and it was hard to keep up, but they were spread out more, with them being closer and not having to drive as much. Cutting that down. I feel like I can get a lot more done by doing that. So, I don't worry too much about it. And like I said, I have been in situations where I just tell the customer when they call wanting an estimate, I've just got so many, I'm not going to be able to take on no more right now. And a lot of times they'll say, well, I appreciate you being honest and, upfront with me about it. Uh, you know, they kind of have the attitude is, at least you didn't just take the job and then um, call me later, and you show up sometimes, and sometimes you don't. And I'd rather be upfront with them, and I try to keep my prices about right. um, and one of the things I have problems with mowing, usually if I'm just mowing, I don't have too much problem keeping up. But when I go to get my shrub trimming in there, and try to keep up with the mowing too, that's where sometimes I struggle. But I really want to get on here and talk about, do you ever I'm trying to think how to say it, but do you ever get to where you're satisfied where you're at? And with me, it's like I don't want to say, I don't appreciate where I'm at, but I always have a drive in me that no matter where I get, I'm always trying to go a little farther with it. And I think that's the drive in me that keeps me going. And I like that part of it, but sometimes I don't think I slow down and enjoy where I'm at, because I'm always wanting to do more. Where this year I think I'm gonna, you know, hopefully keep that drive in me, but I'm gonna enjoy a little bit more of what I have. It's like, okay, I'm gonna enjoy what I have, but um, I still got to keep going, and I still got goals to hit. But like I said, I'm gonna try to slow down just a little bit and enjoy where I'm at. Because, for instance, when I first got started, I had a goal where I wanted to be, and I was saying, if I could hit that goal on how many jobs and the amount of money that I would make per week, I kind of said, I don't care if I get any more. If I could just get to that point, I'll be fine. Well, now I'm past that, but yet I find myself still wanting to take on more, you know. Uh, you know, I guess before you get to that goal, you feel like it would be enough and you'd be doing all right. But when you get to that, it seems like you have more goals. And then another thing, when you take on more jobs, a lot of times you take on more uh, bills with that, more debt. So when you get to that point where you said you'd be fine with it, uh, you may not be making as much as you thought. You didn't take in consideration the bills and everything. So, I think that's one of the reasons why I want to always try to go a little bit farther on the amount of jobs that I do. Um, but like I said before, I've paid some some of my debt down, and um, that's going to help me a lot. So, like I said, this year I'm going to try to enjoy a little bit, and but yeah, the grind, of getting out there working every day, uh, it can get rough. You run into problems and this and that, but part of that I kind of enjoy. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I like when things tear up and everything, but um, when you run into problems and you figure it out, you solve the problem, and you get going, and then later on uh, you get to thinking, hey, I made it through it. Um, that's part of what I like. Um, I guess if everything was handed to you and you never ran into a problem, I don't think you would appreciate where you're at as much. But going through those problems, like I said, and getting through them, and then later on, you might land a good paying job, and things be going good. You really enjoy it more uh, by going through those things. But yeah, I just wanted to get on here and talk just a little bit, and I appreciate if you'd leave a comment on what you think about this, and if you go through some of the same things as always trying to strive for more and everything. Appreciate you watching this, and I'll talk to you next time.